Hey folks, Murph again here with another tailgate talk. Today we are talking about the LT Wright Custom Knives Overland Machete. All right. I gotta mind my blade here, right? We've got the dog everywhere. We're back. All right. So the LT Wright Machete. This isn't the knife I was actually going to do today. Kind of like everything around here, it's kind of by the seat of our pants if you haven't figured it out. I had intended on doing a pocket knife because we haven't done one of those in a while, and I'd used this all weekend last weekend at a Team Rubicon service project. We were doing some brush cutting, and this thing really shone when it came to the Midwest hardwoods here. You know, we're cutting all these vines and all this little stuff out of the way for the sawyers to get to the trees, to cut them up, to buck them and all that. And this thing just, I mean, it was great. Everybody wanted one. And honestly, can't hear that. That's Blue decided she hates that stump and she's trying to dig it up with all her might. Anyway, so this thing really shone all weekend. I mean, it was great with heavy leather gloves. Even when your hands are fatigued, you've been out for 10 hours or more out there cutting. This thing was great. This broomstick style handle that LT and his crew do is amazing. It's got a scalloped area here for your thumb and forefinger to do some kind of a pinch grip if you're really doing some fine cutting or doing some fine chopping. Honestly, it's a fantastic blade, man. I mean, it's a great shape too. It's that kind of Kephart style machete. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying Blue's photo bombing as much as we are. We're cracking it up in between scenes. She might try to jump in. Anyway, so this sheath, honestly, is another fantastic piece of this. I keep a little Goodworks pouch on here filled with some field sharpening supplies. But that's just a personal thing. This sheath is very well thought out. It comes with a dangler already attached. It's got a split belt loop on it. So if you're like me and your belt loops are always just in the way of where you want that sheath, you can kind of straddle the belt loop with the loops, or you can, put it on one side or the other. It also has this really cool pass-through feature if you're one of those people that wants to scout carry this thing. It's screwed on. You can run your belt through that and actually carry it the small of your back or, off to your side if that's how you want to carry it, or even on a pack strap. It also has this really weird thing, if you just came upon my sheath, this little loop that it was designed originally when I bought this about 2 years ago from LT at the Blade Show, to have a piece of elastic that acted as a retention cord on that loop. I took the elastic off. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I prefer 550 cord as a lanyard. And because, you can take it off and use it if need be for something else or whatever. But the elastic is a cool idea. It's just, this sheath is deep enough, the knife is long enough and heavy enough, it doesn't really need extra retention unless you're jumping in and out of a canoe or something in the Amazon or something maybe. But it's heavy enough that gravity itself will retain this knife. It's got plenty of lashing loops and things here, eyelets. Like I said, just an overall great machete. It was a pleasure to use out in the woods. It's thick enough to use as a large knife. It's great as a machete, and like I said, where it really shone was just clipping briars. If you're clipping briars or sticky vines or something, man, it's excellent for that. I also can use it for batoning if I really wanted to. I mean, it's not a weak little machete. I mean, it is a very strong, well thought out blade. It's got enough spring in it for all your snap cuts and your vines. But it's just overall, it is a great kind of I don't want to say a one tool option because I think too many people say that, but if you found yourself with a small folder and this here, you can survive about anywhere in North America. It's a great tool. All right. So a lot of what we're doing is, this is kind of the situation we came upon in Team Rubicon. You come up, you got to do some clipping, you're trying to get to this tree here with a chainsaw, you got all these vines in your way. All we wanted to do was trim those out. So I would find myself carrying this machete day in, day out over there. And then just, it's just real quick, get into the stuff. It's amazing. And Blue's highly interested in this now as well. So out of safety, I'm gonna wait for her. Just like any large knife, a snap cut comes in very handy for things like that. See, if we'd had Blue out there, she's not even fazed by the vines. All right, so today we're featuring the LT Wright Overland Machete. It's made in the USA right here in Ohio by LT and his crew, just like all the LT Wright knives. 100% US made. It's got a sheath made by JRE Industries. Blade length is 12 1/4 inches long. It's got a 12-inch cutting edge. The handle's about 6.5 inches. The overall length is 18 3/4 inches. It's 1075 high carbon steel. It's got a 5759 Rockwell. It's got a drop point kind of Kephart style to it. It's got a convex edge with a custom patina. My particular handle is made of G10, but they also offer micarta, and they offer that kind of Rocky Mountain kind of pattern they do too. 100% made in the USA. It weighs about 19.5 ounces overall.